Welcome back to Trend or Trap, presented by TrendsCenter. I'm Dan Karpuc, and this is the show where we take profitable betting systems straight from the TrendsCenter app and put them to the test. Every episode, we pull betting systems that have produced strong long-term results. Some of them look incredibly convincing on paper, but the question is always the same. Are these trends actually predictive, or are they traps that the market has already caught up to? And today, we've got a great guest joining us to help break them down. You can hear him on Westwood Sports. You could hear him on 106.7 The Fan. You can hear him on GameDay Garage. It is Nick Ashooh. Did I miss anywhere where I could hear you? I mean,
I think it's good. I think you got everything. We'll work on it. What a world, okay. Right? We're all. You just sit at our desk and do 5 different things at once. It's a crazy world.
And the best part about Nick is that he loves the NBA just like me. So we are going to do an all NBA edition today. The way this works is simple. I'm going to present 3 betting systems right from the app. Each one points toward a side in the games tonight. Then Nick is going to reveal his pick and reveal whether it is a trend that he is tailing or a trap that he's going to fade. Let's get right into the first game here. It is the Suns at the Pacers. Now, why does this matter? Well, the Suns have gone 10-2 against the spread. That's 83.3%, up 7.8 units as road favorites this season. Phoenix has been a money printer here on the road, as seen in that trend, but even without Dillon Brooks and Mark Williams, who are both listed out, and potentially Grayson Allen and Jordan Goodwin, they have a clear advantage on the Pacers. Guess who the Pacers are going to be without? Tyrese Haliburton, Johnny Furphy, potentially Pascal Siakam, Quentin Jackson, Ivica Zubac, TJ McConnell, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Ethan Thompson, Jalen Slauson, and Talen Peter. Is Rick Carlisle going to suit up for them? What's going on tonight? I'm going to ask you, Suns minus 8.5 in the trend, or is this a trap with Pacers as the best bet at plus 8.5?
First off, I feel like that's a great AI bit to have Rick Carlisle in a Pacers uniform for this. Look, you know me. Like, I'll look at numbers, but I'll also just look at what actually happens on the court so I don't get too manipulated by just one thing. Give me the Suns to cover in this game because the Pacers are trying to lose, Dan. Like, this is the bigger thing here. First, yes, the Pacers are 0-5 in their last 5 games against the spread. Yes, they're 11-22 on the road against the spread. Oh, and by the way, the Pacers are 9-12 against the spread when they're 8.5-point dogs or more. All of those numbers also lean to this. Sometimes I look at this and say, okay, right, we have the do factor where everything leans one way. You and I talked about this last week, and well, one of them actually did come true, so I feel good about that. I hope everybody tailed on that. But the reality here is that let's just look at what's going on the court. The Pacers are playing, you just listed, it's like an entire roster that might not be available for this game. The Pacers are taking advantage of Tyrese Haliburton not being available this season with that torn Achilles. They're tanking and tanking and tanking, but pretending they're not tanking because nobody's actually tanking, Dan. Give me the Suns minus 8.5 in this game. I know it has that worry and that feel. This is a trend. This is not a trap in this sense. Look at what you've got on the court. The Pacers are putting a G League team out there.
I'm right with you, Nick. I'm right with you. But let's go to 2 good games. How about that? We're going to go first off, hopefully, with Nuggets-Spurs. So taking a look back over the last 3 years, coming off a win as an underdog against a team on less than 2 days of rest with a spread of 6 or more and a total of 241.5 or less. And I'll pop that up on the screen so everybody could see it. The Nuggets, get this, the Nuggets, a perfect 20-0 against the spread. Yes, 20-0 against the spread. So are you going to back Nikola Jokic in Denver plus 6 in line with this trend, or are you going to go with the red hot Spurs minus 6 led by Mr. Wemby at home?
I don't like the way Denver's playing right now, and as we're taping this, and I know that this could change, there's a chance that some guys for the Nuggets are going to be sitting out because they just came off of a back-to-back, and you know, I know they beat the hell out of the Rockets, the Nuggets did, but they're only 5-6 since the All-Star break. I don't like the way Denver's playing right now. On the other side of things, San Antonio's been hot. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. If you look at the way they played since February 1st, they've got 16 wins, and they've beaten contenders. Like, Dan, they're beating good teams. It's not San Antonio, for all the talk about where Oklahoma City is, The Spurs and Thunder could end up being this West rivalry for the next 6, 7, 8 years with all of the young talent that they have. San Antonio's taken that next leap here, and honestly, too, when you're looking at where that number is, if you start to hear news that some guys are sitting out for Denver, that number could jump to a 6.5, a 7.5, maybe even an 8 if you get to that point. So honestly here, I like the Spurs at where we sit now. I think the Spurs cover in this game. I don't like Denver on a back-to-back.
Yeah, I think you could easily make the claim that the Spurs are the best team in the NBA right now. And so I think they're very dangerous. However, you know me and those 20-0 trends. I mean, I gotta go with the app with TrendsCenter.
When does it end though, Dan? When does the do factor hit?
It's never gonna end. That's the beauty of it. Finally, let's go to Celtics and Thunder, and this could be a preview of the NBA Finals. Who knows? But here's the system here. Over the last two seasons, the Celtics have been incredible against the spread, coming off a loss by 7 points or more. So they lost last game to the aforementioned Spurs. They lost by 9, so therefore this trend is active. In that spot, Boston is 25-7 against the spread. That's 78%, nearly a 50% ROI. And the situation kind of lines up perfectly here. So the trend says Celtics plus 6.5. There's also 3 more trends on the TrendsCenter app if you want to open that up, that amount to 37-2 when you combine those, pointing towards the Celtics tonight. But Oklahoma City has been one of the best teams in the league this year, even without Isaiah Hartenstein, even without Jalen Williams, who are going to hopefully come back at some point soon. So Nick, what do you think? Is Celtics plus 6.5 the trend in the way to go here, or is Thunder minus 6.5 the trap?
Yeah, this is a trend here for me. The Celtics are probably the best team in the Eastern Conference. They're working Jason Tatum back into the mix, but let's also keep in mind they partially lost that game to the Spurs because Jaylen Brown was thrown out of the game, and he got ejected with 2 quick technicals. So that kind of skews the way that game went a little bit, but it still plays into exactly where this trend in. But you're factoring back in Jaylen Brown, the 28 points a game, all of the things that work there. I like them in a sense. They may not win this game, but I do like them to cover against Oklahoma City. And let's be honest with ourselves here, too. Joe Mazzulla gets his guys up in Boston. Like, he gets them ready to go, especially after a loss. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be full strength, hope at this point, from what we know. And the fact that Jaylen Brown will be back out there, the way the Celtics are playing here, Oklahoma City could win this game, but I do think it's a trend, and I think Boston covers in this.
I'm right there with you. Nick, great stuff breaking.
You're also a
down.
Celtics fan, if we're being honest with ourselves. There may be a little bias there.
No one knows about
that. Sorry.
But great stuff breaking these down once again. And for everybody watching or listening, you can find systems and trends just like these every single day across the NBA, NHL, and college basketball right now, right inside the TrendsCenter app. We got baseball right around the corner. It scans decades of betting data and instantly surfaces profitable betting situations just like the ones we talked about today. And it just got a facelift, by the way. The app looks really sleek and modern and updated, so please check it out. Nick, appreciate you coming on as always. And for everybody watching and listening, we will see you next time on Trend or Trap.